each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. It is Sunday. I was supposed to go help at the church today, but I'm more out, man. I don't feel very well. I'm having some tummy issues. All right, sure. One more place here. Where is it? There it is. Couldn't find it. I'm like, what, did I get booted out of that group? I wouldn't get booted out. Take 12. Monty loves me. Monty's a cool. It's one of the people that one of the podcasters I let put their stuff in because I like his stuff. We've done things together. We've helped each other out, and that's what it's about. We don't talk all the time. In fact, I haven't talked to him for months, but we still help each other out. No, you paused, Johnny Carson. Okay, you paused it, but I'm glad I made it. I'm glad I'm more popular than the Tonight Show at the moment. Hey, Chris, it's good to see you. Good to see you. And I don't know what it's been, but especially this last week, I don't feel like I can go places and share without people getting butthurt or taking it personally. And so here's the key. If you think if you think that I am talking about you, I'm not. But if you think I'm talking about you, then I am. Does that make sense? I'm not going to, I will not confront you in a group setting. Let me put it that way. But I will talk in general terms for everybody to understand what it is that we need to do in order to be successful in this recovery, man. Okay? So that's the key. If you think I'm talking about you, you're wrong. If you think I'm talking to you, you are correct. There's a big difference. Okay? So please leave me the fuck alone on it, man. All right? Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name's Dion. I'm an alcoholic. I'm drunk. Yep, I'm drunk. I got some other mental illnesses, but I'm still here. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Today, we're actually talking about some history of AA, and the wide arc of gratitude is going to be about the people that came before us, right? And I learned something new today too. So we open this up. We have a wide arc of gratitude. It's the AA Way of Life, page 67. And I'm like, well, you know what? Hi, Chris. I'm like, okay, the AA Way of Life. Never heard of it. They renamed it to As Bill Sees It, but it doesn't match the page 67. So I'm going to read from here, and then As Bill Sees It, we'll see what we come up with, because it seems to go along with it. So, all right. And speaking for Dr. Bob and myself, I greatly declare that it had not been for our wives, Anne and Lois, neither one of us would have lived to see AA's beginning. Okay. See how things are contingent? I mean, if you look back, if Lois hadn't have been born, I mean, if Anne hadn't have been born, Look at all the contingencies that would need to happen for this one miracle. Look at everything that needed to happen. It needed Dr. Silkworth. It needed so much more than Bill. Bill was may have been the beginning. Okay. In the way that I see things, he was the messenger. Bill W. Okay, was chosen by God to be a messenger for us. And that's how he saw himself. It must have been pretty hard going into this and everybody being like, oh, you're the co-founder of AA. I wouldn't fucking want that. I wouldn't want people like, oh, I love you because you're the co-founder of AA. That would drive me nuts. Poor Bill. Okay. What were we talking about yesterday? We were talking about burden. Such is the burden of an alcoholic. Okay. But there's no way Bill would have made it without Lois. No way. There's no way I would have made it into this program without my wife, without my kids, without my mom, for sure. One of my sisters out of all my brothers and sisters, and some good friends like Chris, who encouraged me to keep coming back, even though I kept relapsing. Keep coming back, Dion. Keep coming back. You're gonna get it. Okay. Now I'm going to go over to As Bill Sees It. Okay. But let's keep Lois and Anne in mind while we're doing this. So I went to page 67. It's called Thousands of Founders. So which is the same thing. So who is the founder of AA? Well, it's higher power. There is no founder. We are the founders. You're a founder. I'm a founder. Wouldn't you like to be a founder too? You can be one. Just work the program. Die sober. All right. While I thank God that I was privileged to be an early member of AA, I honestly wish that the word founder could be eliminated from the AA vocabulary. See, he didn't want it. We don't want it. Do we want our burdens? No, I don't want my burden. Am I going to carry it with dignity, with some respect? Yeah, I am. There are people that came before me. And people don't start hopping. I'm just tired. All right. When you get right down to it, everyone who has done any amount of successful 12-step work is bound to be the founder of a new life for other alcoholics. What did I tell you? I didn't read this in advance, by the way. I swear to God, I did not read this in advance. It just seems natural, doesn't it? That the thing is called Thousands of Founders. It wasn't hard for me to figure out what was going to go with that. Okay. It's not AA is kind of see what is that? God's will is what it is. It's God's will. Understanding. Think. I think on these things, right? So what does that mean? That means that Bill's job and my job are just as important. Neither one is less important. What you do and who you are is not any less important than Bill, Lois, Ann, Bob, Ebby, or any of them. Chuck. Right? AA was not invented. No, it wasn't. It was a gift. It was a gift. What I'm going to tell you why this is the way that I see it in my experience, because God wanted me to seek him. That's why, because God wanted me to seek him. And I think he knew that there wasn't any other reason I was going to seek him But he also knew that once I did, I would lay into it with a fervor that I've never known before. Its basics were brought to us through the experience and wisdoms of many great friends. We simply borrowed and adapted their ideas. This isn't new news. This has been thousands of years in the works, and you get to enjoy it. So when I see people fucking around with it, yeah, I get a little pissy. Because I would rather give it to somebody else that's going to take it and respect it for what it is, man. Right? Thankfully, we have accepted the devoted services of many non alcoholics. We owe our very lives to men and women of medicine and religion. Right? This is part of why I fight for what I fight for. See, there's people out there with servants' hearts, and we're even doing them a disservice. We're even doing them. We're not putting them in positions where they can actually help us. We are putting them in positions where they are failing right now. So we're not doing them any good. So yeah, when I say that people are fucking it up, they're fucking it up. Maybe not all the recovery coaches, but 95% of them. How about that? You know, because I know where 95% of them are at. Peer support specialist, much better. Much better than a recovery coach. Yeah. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I can call myself a peer support specialist if I want to, just so you know. I don't need a certificate to call myself a recovery coach. I just need to call myself a recovery coach. It's not required. No, it's not. That's the problem. And speaking for Dr. Bob and myself, oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I gratefully declare, then here it is, that had not been for our wives, Ann and Lois, neither of us would have lived to see AA's beginnings. So it did match. So when you see AA, a way of life, it is actually as Bill sees it. I learned that today. I know you were a peer support specialist. Fort Logan. I know your story. Woot woot. Am I capable of such generous tribute and gratitude to my wife, parents, friends, without whose support I may never have survived to reach AA's doors? I will work on this and try to see the plan my higher power is showing me, which links our lives together and stuff. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Chris, it was good to see you. I hope everybody has a good Sunday. I love you. Peace out and have a day.